I had 3 children after high school, so it took me all of about 15 years to go to college. I think I just dealt with a lot of issues since I was taken off my parents at like 7 and I moved with my grandmother, and just growing up it was just tough, without a mom, being separated from your siblings, and high school just was hard, so I felt like I didn't fit in. I just felt like I didn't belong. And I felt like I wanted to get started with life, like eager to, fix all of the things that were wrong. It was 2014, I think I was officially diagnosed. Like I started having problems when I was pregnant with my son in 2009, where my thyroid levels were off. They did some testing during my pregnancy and they were off, but they figured it was just because I was pregnant. But then after I had him, it was still going on. So they did the biopsy and it turned out it was cancer. My thyroid was cancerous. It was stressful, like just thinking, I may not be here for my kids, I may not get to see them grow up. Everyone sees like a cancer diagnosis as, a death sentence, like, I might not be here. But it also gave me the feeling of urgency to start everything that I wanted to. Like I have to go back to school now. I have to take that trip now. I have to say I love you every night. I have to, be in the present. I tried to understand, like, yes, I'm a mom, but I have to take care of me too, because if I'm not well, they won't be either. Before it was just, I'm too tired, or my kids were also small, and everybody was like needed a lot of attention at the time, so it was just like I'll wait, but then it was just like, no, I have to do this like right now. Like it's okay that I'm a mom and 3 kids, I'll just pick them up, I'll just try to work it all out, and I did. So I did my clinical rounds from 8 to 4:30, and then I had to be to work right after that. So from 4 to midnight, just trying to cram it all in within like an hour or two so I can get some kind of sleep before the next day. Because I got up at like 7, about 7 o'clock. So I got home maybe around 1 a.m. And so I would cook dinner and pack lunches and get the school clothes out and get all my stuff ready for the clinic the next day, or get all of my papers or homework ready there, sign all of their papers, permission slips and stuff, and try to get some sleep and do it all again the next day. So after the cancer diagnosis, and I got all of this I guess encouragement to go back to school, and you know even going through that, sometimes it felt like, okay, am I doing all of this for me to get cancer again? Like, what if I die and don't get the results of graduate, and of the kids seeing me graduate and us benefiting from the career that I've got? It felt like what if time is just all cut short and I did it for nothing? I just kept pressing forward. Like, it hasn't happened, so I'm just gonna keep on moving. I can't let those thoughts stop me from what I want or what the goal is. Everyone struggles, and how they get through those struggles and pains, like just meeting people who have the same story as me but are fighting just like me to get to those end goals. Like, how do I go on from here? Like, how do I enjoy life knowing that this is something that I feel hinders me? Like, I'll always be worried, like, is it going to come back? Is it going to spread? Is my time going to be short with the kids? Like, will I only live to 35? Something like that. But then you have faith in God, and that gets you through. Always be yourself. Don't allow the world to change your perception. So I feel like when we're kids, we see everything so clear and so bright, and then the world kind of dulls that down to make you feel like, oh, you should be like this, or you should be like that, or think like this. Just kind of be yourself, go with what you believe, and reach for the stars, I guess, Don't let nobody stop you from that.
Well, when I was a kid, I was dreaming of being an athlete. I remember I was in ninth grade, right? And I'm playing outside. And the guy ran up to me and said, man, what college you go to? That's what the level I was at. I just started high school. I said, I'm only in ninth grade. He said, huh? I said, yeah. He said, man, you going to... And that went up in my head. What would stop me, honestly, from being a basketball player and finishing what I wanted to do was I had a falling out with a teacher. I was in gym class, and I went to take a shower, and we had a few minutes before class started. So I was trying to rush. I ran up to the room, and the class already started. It was like a Wednesday, and I had a basketball game Friday. So I ran to the door where I was a couple minutes late, and I knocked on the door. He wouldn't answer. I kept knocking, I kept knocking, I kept knocking, and I had a relative sitting in the classroom. And I said, if you don't open this door, I'm going to do something to you. And the class is laughing, and I'm really frustrated. You know, they're laughing at me like it's a joke, but to me, it wasn't funny. So my cousin finally opened the door, and I threw a chair at the teacher for not letting me in. Then I left. I left the classroom. I go to the principal's office. He sends me home for that day. Then I come back to school the next day. He said, you're suspended for 3 days. So I said, okay. I go back home. I come back in 3 days. Then he said, no, you're still suspended. I go home. I come back. And when I'm walking down the hallway to my classes. He comes up to me and said, what are you doing here? And I said, what do you mean? He said, you no longer go here. And I just went straight on. And just sat in my room, watched students go to school every day. And it put me in a bad depression. I didn't want to feel. So I would drink, whereas though I didn't have to feel. You know, that it was like a man ain't supposed to cry. A man ain't supposed to let you see another man or a woman see you cry. So I stuffed all that with a lot of drinking. And that drinking turned me into an alcoholic, where I didn't know where to go seek help. I didn't know how to seek help. And it took me to a place where I never want to go again. You know, I'm a recovering alcoholic. You know, I ain't drinking almost 18 years, but it was a nightmare doing it. I got tired of me. I didn't get tired of people talking about me. I didn't get tired of losing jobs. I didn't get tired of losing relationships. I didn't get tired of like dealing with stuff in the streets, like I call the jungle, where I've been shot, stabbed, jumped, all that. I didn't get tired of none of that. I just got tired of me. I looked in the mirror one day about God's grace and mercy. Whew. And I looked at myself and I just said, ooh, what happened to you? And that's when I went and started seeking for help. I got a relationship with God, whereas though I used to use God as a get me out of trouble situation, or if you help me out of this one, I'll be a better man. And I won't do no more. That's kind of God I have. But now I got a real honest God that if I say God too much, my emotions and my feelings will pop up. You know, that's the kind of relationship I have with him now, that I know, like the old saying in the whole picture with the one footstep in the sand, now I see he was carrying me all the time. One what I have today is me again. I build another relationship with myself, whereas though I lost somewhere along in my journey, whereas though I lost me. And now that I found me with God's help, and I'm okay today. Well, be careful what you're doing to people that one day everybody get a turn. And you will not enjoy the feeling of it until it happened to you. You know, if somebody's treating you nice, you give them back what they're giving you.